I don't get this idea that we're letting in all of these immigrants, and first and second generation, they come in from some of the worst places economically, socially in the world. Puerto Rico, from the family of AOC, Rashid Tlaib, Palestine, and then you have people like Ilhan Omar, Somalia. And then they come in here and then they get scholarships for college. They qualify for affirmative action, DEI. It's almost as if the moment you set foot in the United States and you're not a U.S. citizen, and some of these were, some weren't, you all of a sudden are on the right side of the Marxist binary as an oppressed. So you come in from here, Michoacan, you walk 1 foot in the United States and you say, well, back in Michoacan, I was a victim of American racism. So I need to get free tuition in state, and then you get all of that. And then what you start to do is attack the United States. That's what they do. The squad people, the left does. And everybody just says, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, Obama's father came from Kenya, and wasn't that a great thing that he came here and then he was subsidized basically by his wife, or his wife's family helped him, and he took off. He was a miserable person. He abandoned his own kid. And yet that was the identity that he propelled his political career. The name, it was no longer Barry Soetoro. It was Barack Obama, that he rebranded himself as his birth name. But he didn't use that when he was a preppy. But he did. So my point is that this society bends over backward for DEI, and yet it gives the wrong impression that it's weak or it's guilty and that you can take advantage of it. So the better attitude would be, if you come over to the United States, we're going to treat you like a human being. We don't care what color you are. We don't care what gender. We don't care what your sexual orientation is. But we want to tell you something. Don't come over to this country with a bunch of baggage that you don't like us, or you hate our system, or you hate capitalism, or it's unfair. Just stay home. But if you do come here, we don't care if you're white, brown, or black, and we're not going to treat you any worse or any better. And if you did that and you cut back on entitlements, then you would have a return to the prior immigration, that people came here because they wanted to be Americans. And they praised the United States. And what I don't like about it is somebody like this representative from Guatemala, or somebody like Omar. We have this idea that we say, as soon as you come in and you're an immigrant, you're just like any other. Yes, that's true. And that's what's great about America. You are treated exactly the same the moment you become a citizen than somebody who's been here 5 generations. But that doesn't mean you get psychologically to erase what everybody did for you to enjoy this. So what I would say to Miss Guatemala is, do you know anything about, I don't know, Shiloh? Do you know anything what Gettysburg was like? Do you have any idea what Belleau Wood was like? Do you know what Choiseul was like? Do you know what the Battle of Bulge was like? Do you know what people went through on Okinawa? You know what it was like to be in a B-17 flying over Europe when you're getting a 10% loss rate every single mission? You know what those people suffered in Vietnam? So you just come in here and you just erase all that and you say you'd rather be a Guatemalan. But these people all died to create this country that you apparently liked. You apparently liked it so much they gave you all sorts of subsidized education and advantages. You ran as a DEI candidate, you're a congresswoman, and you can't just give the dead a little bit of, I really appreciate what people did, so this country welcomed me and I was able to be a congresswoman. And they can't do that because
Benefit.
You know why? They're ingrates.
Yeah.
And the left encourages that, victimization. Yeah. And boy, if Donald Trump does one thing, we have about 1 million foreign students of various categories. 1 million. And there's probably 300,000 from communist China and probably a couple 100,000 from illiberal regimes in the Middle East. I don't know why we do this other than the universities charge them full freight. They charge them about 110% of tuition. So if Americans' tuition is $60,000 a year at these Tony places, 70,000, they probably get discounts with scholarships and loans down to 40. Not if you're from the foreign student, you pay 110%. We should just, I don't understand why we give visas from illiberal countries. We should just say, you know what? Muhammad Atta was a foreign student. How did that work out, Germany? We don't want people to come from this country that hate us and are from illiberal regimes that hate us. So we're not going to issue a student visa from the West Bank, from Gaza, from Iran, from China, from North Korea, all these countries. Just stay home. And if you come over here and you demonstrate, we don't want you here. I know it's free to demonstrate, but you're on a student visa to study. And it's not a matter of the Bill of Rights. We just don't have to issue it. It's just like when you apply to college, you don't get in. Is that you get a right to sue and say it's not fair that I got in and he is? No. So you just say to people who want to come here, we don't want you to come here. And they say, well, that's not fair. Well, it's no different than a university. It's a mission. It's an honor to come to the United States. We would prefer you not come. If we did that, did we have all these protests 30 years ago on campus like this? I was on campus. I don't remember them. What made the West, whether you like it or not, was free market capitalism, constitutional government, independent judiciary, rationalism, the nuclear family, the Judeo-Christian tradition, and they don't believe in any of that. So what they're basically saying is all those people did all this stuff, and we're going to live off the fumes, but we're going to try to destroy their legacy. They never come up with an alternate. What's Mondami says, where's he going to get the money when he says he's going to do this and this and this and this and this, and where's the example that it worked? And yet they're going to vote for him. And, when he's trashed the United States every way he can. And he came over here from what was so good about Uganda? If it was so good, why didn't he stay there? His family. And what happened when they got here as Indian immigrants from Uganda? His mother became a marquee filmmaker and his father became an endowed professor. And yet they can't say a positive thing about the United States. And yet they do want to stay here. That's what's so weird, that all these people fight deportation. You would think from what they said when we saw all those Columbia Middle East students and some of them were going to be sent back, they say, thank you. I hated this place. I hate this culture. I get to get back to Gaza and Palestine where I'm really happy. But they don't.
If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content.